This is our 2020 Yamaha Tracer 900 GT. It's going to have the MT-09 or FZ-09's engine in it, so a triple 3, parallel 3 in this bike, 900 cc's, producing over 100 horsepower. It's going to be a 2-up sport touring bike, so you'll have the single saddle back there and this saddle as well that also has a space to be able to raise the seat up if you need it to. This bike has quite a few accessories on it that come from the factory that would then be included under the warranty. It's going to have a adjustable windshield, so you basically pinch right here and you can pull that windshield up and down wherever you want, and it'll stop wherever you need it to in the stroke. You'll have a power outlet right down there, standard 12-volt outlet, whatever you need to plug in. You can also adjust your lights right there. This bike comes with Brembo brakes as well as heated grips, which is a really nice feature. Also has saddlebags on either side. You'll have adjustable preload right here. This switch you can adjust and you'll hear it click, and that will actually set your preload for the bike, depending on if you're riding it alone or if you put somebody on the back and load up the saddlebags back there. This bike also has a quick shifter installed, so on your upshifts, you don't have to use the clutch, which is a pretty cool feature, whether you're cruising or if you just want to bang some upshifts when you're in the canyons and stuff. This bike also has a center stand, so that guy's really handy for the sport touring aspect, because if you ever have to do any maintenance, it just makes it easy. Plus that way, lubing up your chain or doing anything with the rear just makes it that much easier for ownership. This bike also has different riding modes, adjustable traction control. You'll also have cruise control right there, and of course the standard setup on either side. This is a really cool button. I'll show you that here in a second. Keep doing a walk around though. Yeah, nice aggressive looking bike. Still pretty understated as far as sport bikes go, but still looks really nice. You'll have dual calipers and dual discs up here at the front, so you have really nice brake power. You can also see that inline 3, that triple cylinder engine, you can see those headers coming out of there. LED lights, there's that windshield again. Yeah, just a really solid bike from Yamaha. Key will be down here. You hear the fuel pump, and then you can also see that whole screen light up there. Now this screen is really cool. Remember that button I was telling you about? This little dial right here will actually rotate as well as push in. And what that allows you to do is go through some different features. So you can see right there your heated grips you can turn on and off. Then you'll go through and get your trip odometer, your miles per gallon, your odometer, which this bike is a 0-mile brand new bike with a full warranty. You'll also have trip odometers again, and back to your temperatures. Now if you see just below that, the mode, that's going to be standard. You can also switch it to A, that's going to be your aggressive mode. That's when you really want fast throttle response. You really want the bike to come alive and feel really sporty. And you have B mode, which is kind of your rain mode or your relaxed riding mode. Basically loosens up the throttle, makes it easier to ride in less than ideal conditions. You can also set your traction control with that TCS. You have 1 and 2, very easy to do. And all I'm doing is I'm pressing this switch up or down, and for the modes, I'm just using that little trigger right there and just putting it back to standard mode right there. This screen is really, really nice. You can set it to either be in this black setting that I have it right now, I kind of like the modern look, or you can have it as a white background if you want it to be brighter. It'll also change brightness depending on the time of day. Little sensor reads how bright it is outside. You have your fuel economy, your gear indicator, yeah, pretty much everything you need in there, which is really, really cool. RPMs go up there, and there's even a shift light that'll pop up somewhere in here whenever it's time to shift. You can also hold this button down, and that will bring up the menu on here. You can go through and adjust your maintenance intervals, look at what you need to do next. The units, so if you're going in between the US and Canada, which is pretty cool, You can set it to kilometers per hour or miles per hour and things like that. Your wallpaper, that'll adjust whether you have the white background or the black background. Shift indicators, brightness, as well as when it happens. Display settings are really cool. There's tons of different things you can go into, and you basically scroll using that thumb switch, and then you can select back by pressing it in. Brightness, grip warmer settings, the clock, and you can reset everything. And then to back out of it, you'll basically press and hold it, and it'll bring you back to your main screen. What's also nice when you're in that menu setting is it does show you your miles per hour and your clock up there as well. So you can use this thing while riding, of course be safe while doing it, but you can adjust things pretty quickly if you need to. Ends up being a really good system, and this, having all these little knobs on there, I think you can see how it's geared really nicely. It means that you can do it with gloves and very tactile feedback, so you don't have to worry about that very much at all. Of course, we'll give this bike a start up. Kill switch, you'll press that down to be in run, and then you'll press, and that'll fire it up. You can see right there, RPMs climb up the top. Very easy. Yeah, nice on a bike. That inline 3 really does give you a nice whistle. Really linear power as well, which is nice. Yeah, I'll give you a little walk around of the bike again. The cool thing about this bike is it is set up, of course, being from the MT09, it is set up to be a sport bike first and then a touring bike after that. So if you really want to, you can pull these bags off really, really easily, and this thing becomes basically a little bit longer MT09 with a comfier riding position because it has these handlebar risers on there. So if you ever wanted to, basically take the key out. I'll set this up really quick. And you just come over, stick the key in here, you'll twist it, and you can either pull up on this lever, and that allows that to drop down. You'll have tons of space in here as well. Little thing to keep everything from falling out. That guy makes sure it doesn't fall down too fast, but works really, really nicely in there. Same thing on the other side. And what's cool, I don't know if you can see it, but down in between the crack right there, there's a little red line. That's basically a quick check for you when you hop on the bike to be able to see whether or not everything is locked up. So when you have it like this, you just bring this guy back up, press it, and you'll click that down. And while it's in this position, then you can open up here, and that will allow you to take it off. Makes it really easy because right here is actually connected to the handle. So as the handle moves up, it unlocks it. As the handle goes down and locks into place, it hooks on and makes sure that you can't take it off without unlocking everything properly. Of course, then it just sits into these nice little guys easy, like that. Twist the lock back, you're on there, ready to go. All right, one of my favorite things, which not super important or anything, but just one of my favorites. I'll show you real quick. Let me get the camera set up. Is when you have the bike on, and of course you're driving, when you shift, it'll actually show you. Oh, can't do it with the thing down. I should have known better. But basically, this actually rotates, which is a really cool feature. So instead of just being one and then neutral, it'll actually rotate around and show you your different gears, which is really, really cool on this bike. But yeah, being the MT09 chassis and then turned into the Tracer 900, this is a really, really good bike and a really fast and fun bike as well. But I'm gonna pull these cases off, give you a look of what it looks like without the bag, so you can see what I'm talking about with it being sporty. The ignition key works for the bags, makes it a really quick and easy process for either when you get to the campsite or if you stop at a hotel to get everything. It works just super well. Of course, bags down there. Now you can really see what this bike looks like, how it was designed as a sport bike first and a touring bike second. So if you're really looking to carve up the corners, go in the canyons, head up in the mountains here, this bike is going to be a ton of fun. And then if you're going for a longer trip, you can throw the bags on it and just have an amazing time with a super high quality bike. Bring a passenger along. It's just an awesome bike. Sport touring, super fun. And around here we have plenty of good roads to make it happen for you. Yeah, come into Handlebar Motorsports. We're open Tuesday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and then we're open on Saturdays, 8:30 to 5. Or call us at 970-247-0845. We can get you hooked up with this bike, show you around the different features, and get you out riding. Have a good one.